Hey guys, what it is, what it do, what it be. I just got some of my stuff out because I just want to show you. And I got this stuff, so you guys should view this and subscribe because I'm taking all this stuff out for your entertainment, not for mine. I already know how to do this shit. You know what I mean? I've been there, I've done it, I made it. You know what I mean? Um, but what I want to do is just teach you guys about people that on YouTube they want to just pretend that they know what they're doing when there's a lot of simple. I mean, I don't even know why you would do that. There's a lot more simple methods. But anyway, just like this, for example. So see, this is copper tubing, or some people call it copper tubing, a copper pipe. It doesn't matter, it's copper. um Now, as you can see, it has a crack there. um Really, it looks like this guy just sawed into it just to do this video to show people. But anyway, what he's gonna do is he's gonna do it the old-fashioned way, is soldering. But with this kit, it's $50, and for a little job like this, you will want to be buying a $50 kit every time you do a job. Especially for that size, you can get that job done. If you already had the tools, you could get that job done for about $7-8. But if you don't, you have to buy the cutter tool, which would be $12 to $16. But anyway, so what he's gonna do is the old-fashioned solder way. I'll play it real quick. So
real life burst on a
what is he
half-inch
gonna
copper
do
line
is
that we have here
what he's gonna do is he needs to cut on both sides, cut that pipe out where that hole is
with
at,
the watched area out
where
with
that
the
cracks
provided pipe.
So he's gonna use his pipe cutter, which is this. Now you will need a pipe cutter. I have different ones. I have this one, but this will do anything a half an inch, inch and a half. I even have a bigger one. It's like 2 or 3 times bigger than this. It'll be, 2 to 4 inches. But anyway, you actually will need this because of tight corners, spaces like that. Unless you want to pay 150, there's this tool that you can get. It's a little big though in tight spaces. That's the problem, and it'll cut right through copper. Very easy. Just push down the button, it'll cut it. But anyway, so you do need to do that though.
And make
Cut
sure
out
there's
that
no
spot.
more water left inside the pipe by tipping it down.
So the reason he needs to let the water drain is because he's going to solder it. So you actually do need it. It needs to be clean and dry. It can't be wet. So that's very true. Once he puts the flux on there,
Just enough the pipe to make sure it's opened up.
Oh, that's true. You do have to clean it.
Soldering paste.
And it's very important that you clean inside of it, because when that pressure runs and those little particles from the copper go into, they'll either go when you're using the sink or whatever you're using, and it could clog it up. I have seen that before, and that's a pain.
Utility knife to deburr the inside of the pipe and the fitting together. What's fun about soldering paste?
You do have to clean it out. So what he did is already right here. I don't know if we can bring it up right here. What he did is in this kit, what he does is he has a coupling on both sides, and it's a half an inch, and all you have to do is put this I don't know if you can see this white stuff. It's called flux, and basically when you're soldering, it's just glue. Basically, it's like glue, except you have to heat it up. Once it cools down, it's just like glue, guys. Anyway, it's nothing. People foresee it, they think it's welding. It's definitely not welding, unless it's like saying that it's very little. That's not weld. But anyway, some people have to say stuff because makes them feel good or whatever. But anyway, this is already pre-installed, his soldering, so all he has to do is heat it up. Once he heats it up, well, anyway, he's going to slip them on first. So you can do all this, and so on this side, it looks the same. So remember where he cut it. So he's going to put this coupling over this. Then it's the same thing on the other side. So just imagine this, but on the other side. Same thing, he's going to slide it in there, match it up. Even I would think that this might actually be a little bit harder, just because you have to get the right size, and it's best on both. But I mean, it's good that you measure it, correctly at all times, of course. But I mean, it's just a lot more work into this as a little job as it is. And especially, you don't want to be paying $50 for a kit for a little job like this, when you could do this once you have all the stuff. You could do this maybe 4 or 5 times with shark bites and a cutting tool and pecs, and you can get 5 feet for a few bucks. You can get 10 feet for $3 or $4. I mean, it's depends on where you go. I won't name any stores because you gotta pay me. You guys gotta sponsor me. Anyway, so what he's gonna do is just slip this on. Once he slips it on, he's gonna get a heat gun or a torch. So basically, what you would do. So see, here's some solder. Now, it comes in different sizes. It depends on what kind of application you're doing. And this is flux in here. I have a bigger can of flux. In here, it's just that white stuff with flux. All you have to do is just put that on, and then with your, so of course you have your solder, and then of course I got this. I also have the long extension hose thing, and all this is, you can use this right here. This is, this torch right here. Heat this up. You already got to put the flux on. Then with this, it helps to seal it. So just pretend it's glue. That's all it is. All you do have to do is just, you don't have to use very much. Just put a few, and I wouldn't even say an inch of this stuff, really. Just a little bit, and that's it. For a job like that on, and that's for both sides. You don't have to use that much. And then all you have to do is just heat it, and you'll see, because it'll do this. It'll run out on the edges. You do not need much to make a connection.
The soldering paste too much or real out. You should see it start to seep out from the fitting, which is a good indicator that the joint is complete.
See right there?
Once you're
I
done,
don't know if you saw that.
the fitting.
Right here, you'll see it come out.
Which is a good indicator that the...
See that? I don't know if you saw that little silver stuff coming out in this area. But that's true. It's supposed to do that. It's supposed to draw in so it can suck up that or push out.
Joint is complete.
It sucks it in.
Once you're done, wipe the excess flux off.
You'll be able to see it push out. But anyway, that is true. So see, there's already solder in there, but you can heat that up. But it is true. What's going to happen is, well, it sucks in there, but it's also, that's what the flux is for. But it also is supposed to seep out a little. You have a solid connection. You're pretty good at soldering if you're able to do that. That's how you're supposed to do it. Okay, guys. On the first time with this, it takes a few practices. So somebody with this kit, you might have to practice a little bit to get, because some people leave it too long. They end up burning the copper. I mean, it is really, leave marks. I mean, you can mess this up as well, even with this kit. Leaving it on too long, or not knowing when to stop, or not paying attention, stuff like that too. But see, so he does it the hard way.
Repair. So really, okay, and that professional, and could leave you without.
So see, there's the cut there. There was a cut there. There's couplings on both sides. Then the flux inside, and he soldered it, and there it is. Now that will be good for like 20-50 years, guys. But the problem with that, and I do have that on one of my rental properties, the first person, they soldered it all on, and for me to do it the way Sharks and Pecs, which is the new modern way to do it now, even by code standards, a lot easier to work on as well, a lot easier to replace, to take out, and it lasts quite a bit. It does last quite a bit longer as well too. About 15, it's actually better. That's why. So see, in like cold, these lines can freeze and crack and break in the winter. Pecs, it's more flexible. Even dents here, somebody's down here, maybe they've tripped, they fall, they put their hand on one of these pipes, it'll bend, it'll break, it'll crack. If it gets cold enough, it will freeze. Usually these pipes, especially if you're running water, and it's any kind of pressure lines, they're usually in a location that can stay a little bit warmer. It doesn't freeze, because it's very easy. Luckily I don't live in a, maybe up in the northern parts or the way far east where it actually can get, or even northern west, where it's gets down to 0 to 20 degrees every night or something like that. Now that's, but most of those people, especially with the new homes and stuff, they're always going to use either PEX, and that's a basically PVC, stuff like that. But anyway, these used to last long, but now what I would use, and what he did right there, just a lot of BS. Now, what I would use is these. So all you had to do is go to the store, and these are called 1/2-inch push fittings. They're couplings. So see, these are couplings. These are the same as this. See, all it does is slide into one side and slide into the other. So all you would have to do is buy one of these. They're $3.83. They vary from different prices from different places. All you have to do is get two of these, for one for both sides, and make sure they're 1/2 inch. That's all they are, couplings. Then after you get two of those, all they do is slide on. So all you have to do, and they lock in, so you just have to put one there, put one on. What's so great about these though is that you don't have to use so see, what he did is soldering. He has to now use a copper pipe. But if you use these shark bites, you can actually, it's made for PVs. You can put these on PVC or CPVC. You can put these on PEX, or you can actually put copper. But if we're gonna get more modern, I would just get these 1/2-inch push fittings. Then go ahead and pick yourself up some PEX, which is, of course, you got to get a 1/2 inch. That's the size, and this comes in 5 feet, and it's $1.86. So obviously we don't need 5 feet, but that's how the way it comes in. And this other store that I know, it only comes in 10 feet. But I mean, for $1.86, 5 feet. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. With these packs and shark bites, way easier, way flexible. It's just better overall. All you would have to do then is just cut that PEX, and they even make little cutters for PEX. You can get one for like $5 to $10, and you can it's a clean cut. I mean, it cuts like you're cutting a knife with butter. You just go on there, click it, and it just comes out. You can cut it any size you want. Very simple, very easy. Also, this can, if you make a mistake on the cutting, you have 5 feet. Back here, I would only say it's about maybe 7 or 8 inches long. So you could practice and practice and practice. So all you had to do is pick up two 1/2-inch push fit couplings. Then pick up yourself some of the lowest feet of a 1/2 inch of any PEX, or you could use copper if you want. But I mean, the PEX is once you go to PEX, you'll never go back to copper. Easier to work on, faster, quicker. Then all you would have to use is get this cut tool, which this one's $5.99. There's some 11, even up to 15, $20. That's all you need. And all you would have to do is cut this pipe with this tool, just like he had. Once you cut it, you see the shark bites. You would have to put that on this pipe on both sides, just like this, and just push in there. It'll connect, and then you have to just push in that as well, and there you go. No soldering. You don't have to put flux. You don't have to put solder. You don't have to get a anything with heat, with a heat gun or any kind of torch or anything like that. And it's so much easier to do this the way I showed you. What this guy is trying to do is just trying to, and also $50 kit for this, unbelievable. You could actually get this even cheaper, but with the ones that I like for shark bites, and also, if you guys don't understand, these are actually, you can take these off, and with this you can take this off, but the problem is you're gonna have a bunch of problems, because you're not going to be able to use PEX or any other type of pipe, or any other type of material.
but you have to heat this up again to take this off. It's just time consuming, you know. And to buy a $50 kit for this, it's ridiculous, guys. But with the push fittings, oh, it changes your life, and it's a lot faster and it's a lot flexible. This pipe is so flexible, so much better. It's actually, and it can do hot water, cold water, temperatures of any of your desires, and it's way better. Believe me, it's so much easier too.